Hello, everyone, and welcome to DSP versus the Internet, episode 39 for November 19th, 2023. We are less than a week away from Thanksgiving here in America, and because of that, I get the feeling we will have some clips pertinent to Thanksgiving and maybe even the Black Friday shopping season, which is this Friday. By the way, later this week, tons of extra content on this channel, including Thanksgiving-related tier makers, maybe a quiz, and on Black Friday, I'm doing a day-long adpocalypse where I'm going to be reacting to advertisements from the past. So tons of extra content coming up on this channel in the next week. But in regards to today, it's time for my weekly react show, DSP versus the Internet. 3 hours of reacting to clips that the members of this channel have submitted. First, we go through all the clips that the Ultra members submitted. And then we switch over to clips submitted by standard members, put into a randomized playlist. All right? So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen. Typically, when we play these stand-up comedy videos, they end up getting claimed, and I have to skip them. I hope that's not the case. Let's listen to a little bit of this and see if I can watch it. And if it ends up getting claimed or blocked, we're just going to have to move right on. All right? Let's see what happens. Here we go.
All the same cliche shit they said when we were kids, they now say as adults, right? They're like, oh, you watch too much TV, it'll rot your mind, or you can't learn anything from television. But that's not true. You can learn a lot from television. For instance, without television,
I can tell you right here, if you didn't notice, in the bottom right-hand corner, it says Netflix. So I guess this is a clip from his Netflix special. So if I don't interrupt it, it might get claimed, right? I might have to constantly interrupt it. Let's play it for 30 seconds, and then we'll pause and we'll see what happens.
I would have no idea that Steven Seagal is out of his fucking mind. Or alive. I also didn't know that. He has a show. It's not a scripted show. It follows around the real Steven Seagal, and every episode begins with him looking in the camera and saying, I don't know if you knew this or not, but for the last 20 years, I've been a cop. And you're like, what did you just say? I thought you've been making shitty movies.
Now here's the thing. I already knew that because didn't we already watch that on this show months ago? Didn't we watch a clip from that show and that clip got claimed and blocked and we couldn't watch it, right? I'm almost positive that's what happened, is that we were watching it and then right in the middle of it, it said boom, claim, and we had to stop watching it, which really sucks. But what can you do? So far, I see nothing. I'm waiting here. And so far, we're 45 seconds in and nothing. Let's continue and let's see what happens.
For the last 20 years. What are you talking about? You watch the show, he has the most unlikable quality in a human being, which is that he is an expert in everything. Literally, if a dog walks by, he's like, that's a Shih Tzu boxer hound mix right there. And they're like, how do you know that? He's like, I've been working with dogs for like 35 years. Then a helicopter flies by, and he's like, that's a HUB 106. And they're like, how do you know that? And he's like, I've been flying helicopters for like 47 years. Then he does the thing, though, that everybody does who knows something about everything. Everybody has a friend, no matter what you're doing. They know the history of it all. They know every topic, every fucking fact. If you're eating dinner, they're like, forks are from the Roman times, and they would sculpt them out of bark. And you're like, will you shut the fuck up and let me finish this Seagal will do that, too, but he's making it up. He'll be like, they also call that helicopter a skippy. And they're like, why? He goes, listen to it. Skip. That's bullshit. You made that shit up. Oh, seriously. It just blows my mind. It really does. That everybody in this room, everybody has this real world possibility in their lives. All of us. We could go tonight, if we wanted to, tonight. You could go to Louisiana. You could start a fight in a bar. And there is a real world possibility that Steven Seagal will arrest you. Isn't that insane to you? I've lost sleep over this shit. I mean, that's crazy. That's literally like if you leave here and you roll through a stop sign and then Sylvester Stallone is like, hey, roll it down. And you're like, get the fuck out of here. You work here? He's like, it's my passion, yeah. Will you say Adrian or something? Nah. It's nuts. You have to watch this show. He panders to every group according to race, knowing full well there's a camera crew following him around. He doesn't give a shit. If you're white, he's like, how's it going? All right. And then to black people, he's like, what's up, cuz? And they're like, hey, what's up? I'm holding you down, so holla if you need something. Okay. And then to all Latino, Spanish-speaking people, he insists on speaking horrifically broken Spanish, even if they start the conversation in English. If they're like, hey, yeah, I called 911, thank you for coming. The thing is, he's like, hola. Mucho queso. He's like, I think my English is way better than your Spanish, man. And he's like, no, gracias. No. And then to all Asian people, he bows, regardless of where he meets them. If you're Asian and you cross Steven Seagal's path, he's like, and you sit and they go, hey, I was born here, you dick. Like, you don't have to do that. And he's like, sorry, I've been doing martial arts for like 85 years.
So, honestly, like you saw at first, I snickered a little bit and I had like one laugh. And then it's the last 2-3 minutes, I'm just like, nothing really funny. I mean, it's just observational comedy about Steven Seagal's show. You could just go watch his show. Right? I didn't... And see, this guy's a Netflix special. 11 million views from 2 years ago. He has a Netflix special. He's a stand-up comedian. This is his comedy. Interesting. I mean, based on that, I could have a Netflix special. It probably also wouldn't be funny. But it would probably be on par with what he just did. You know, just saying. Wow. Anyway, I think we will continue with the next video now. Alrighty then.
Challenges designed to test gamers outside of their ability to just simply complete the game have existed in gaming for a very long time. And yes, I'm talking about long before the advent of achievements and trophies where the completion of such deeds became public knowledge. Before that, it was all about personal satisfaction and bragging rights amongst a close group of friends.
That is true. Back in the day, that's what it was all about.
Within the Final Fantasy franchise specifically, you could actually date this back to the original game, as some classify Warmech as the first super boss. This particular enemy had a 5% chance of spawning as a random enemy in the Flying Fortress, and it was extremely powerful, especially if you weren't actually expecting to face it. Defeating it was therefore something of a feat, and as the franchise grew and grew, such challenges became much more commonplace. Whether these challenges came in the form of acquiring different ultimate weapons and armor, or simply just defeating tough enemies like Emerald Weapon, Omega Weapon,
which we did.
Ozma, and Penance,
Final Fantasy VII, we beat him, right?
Was a real accomplishment. But now there's a record of such accomplishments, and through the wonderful beauty of statistics, we can see which feats are actually the most difficult to complete across the Final Fantasy franchise. Well, when it comes to those that actually have trophy support. It means, for example, we can settle debates about which is less common, acquiring the Venus...
Now I don't remember, did we? Did I beat Emerald Weapon and Ruby Weapon? I think I did. When I played Final Fantasy VII, what was it, like 2 years ago? I swear we did, because you guys helped me. We figured out how to do the grind and everything to get Knights of the Round, and we beat it, right? I'm almost positive we did. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm sure he's going to mention that. Anyway.
Or the Sun Sigil. Spoiler, it's the Venus Sigil. Yep, we didn't actually put it in our last video about the hardest weapons to acquire, but less than half the people who did that Chocobo race to get the Sun Sigil have successfully dodged 200 lightning strikes.
Oh yeah,
and did you know that gamers are more likely to 100% the story of Final Fantasy X-2 than use the Lady Luck's bribe ability 30 times? It's fascinating, right? So, for the purposes of this video, we're going to be delving into those rarest trophies, those ones that only a small percentage of players have had the time and dedication to obtain. But to make things fair, we're going to limit this to one trophy per game, as some games have plenty of rather devilish ones, while others have one or two. We will though be including spin-offs and sequels. The only stipulation on the game is that it has to be a Final Fantasy game and it has to have trophy support. So anyway, with those disclaimers
trophy
out of the
support?
way,
Why not
my name is of course Daryl,
achievement support
and
as
these
well?
are,
I guess
according
because
to
they
Sony's
they're both
official
covered.
statistics as provided by the filter on PSN profiles, the 7 ultra rarest trophies that most people struggle to unlock. Starting with number 1, the Scrivener trophy in Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age.
Never played it.
Those who have played the original version of
Never played it, so I might as well just skip it because I don't know what it is 'cause I never played it. Perfect Sphere Master Trophy. Is that from... Let's find out if that's from Final Fantasy X or X-2. If it's X-2, we'll skip it.
in my book. Next on our list is the Perfect Sphere Master Trophy in Final Fantasy X.
I played that.
When Final Fantasy X released in Japan and North America, although it did feature quests to gain the ultimate weapons, it didn't feature much in the form of endgame enemies. This particular deficiency was fixed for the international version, which was released in Europe the following year,
Oh, really?
as developers added in the Dark Aeons and Penance.
I fought the Dark Aeons. We didn't beat them all, but I fought all of them, right? I'm pretty sure I did.
Incredibly hard bosses that would really test players to their limits. They would also force them to not only obtain better weapons and accessories, but also delve further into the game's character development mechanic, the Sphere Grid. The Sphere Grid acted as a big departure from the leveling systems of old, as instead of leveling up in the traditional sense, you would now gain sphere
Bought
levels.
the spheres off of
These
this
would then
grid,
be
right?
used to navigate around the Sphere Grid, and
lot of
you
other
could then
games copied
purchase
this
nodes
grid,
on
right?
the way, which would boost your character's attributes. There were empty nodes too though, and on a typical playthrough, you would get nowhere near purchasing all of the available spheres, let alone going back to fill in the empty nodes. And what makes the Perfect Sphere Master Trophy so tricky
Oh my God.
is that you have to fill every single node on every single character. This feat has only been achieved by 2.4% of players who have played Final Fantasy X HD, and for reference, more people have beaten Penance than have maxed out the Sphere Grid on every character. Granted, yes, you can be cheap and beat the Dark Aeons and Penance using your Jimbo, but even still, it's not that easy, and it just goes to show that gaining the Perfect Sphere Master Trophy requires a serious commitment
Yeah, 'cause I mean, it's like basically doing everything possible in the game to do that, right?
to the game. Third on our list is the Treasure Hunter Trophy in Final Fantasy XIII.
What does it get, like every
which
item?
was actually the first game in the franchise to offer trophy support.
I will say this,
And-
if you take a look, I mean, that's Final Fantasy 13 graphics. Those graphics are still good. And that's what, 2 console gens ago? Those graphics are still fucking good. The game's soundtrack is good. It looks good. They really did a great job designing the game, right? I think a lot of people had issue with the plot and stuff. But personally, that might be a game that I want to go back and replay someday.
Even though trophies had only been around for a little while when Final Fantasy XIII released, the trophies contained within ended up being a pretty good mix. There were of course the classic trophies related to story progression, others such as Limit Breaker that were assigned to individual feats, and then there were the end game trophies that were a bit of a
The
brat.
giant cactuar.
First off, there was the Galif's Grail trophy, which was associated to beating all of the Seath Stones. And then there was the Seath Paragon trophy, which was awarded for beating each of these Seath Stones with a 5-star
I
rating.
definitely didn't do any of that.
But neither of these compared to the Treasure Hunter trophy, which was awarded for obtaining every single weapon and every single accessory that features in the game. For reference, there are 102 weapons and 119 accessories,
Damn,
and you
that's
can
a lot.
only obtain them by becoming rather intimate with the game's upgrading system. Just make sure you never sell anything unless you are absolutely sure you need to do so to progress, as selling certain accessories can make it impossible to obtain this trophy.
Wow.
Currently, only 2.2%.
Oh. You have to hold every weapon and accessory at once? Now that's crazy. It's not hold every weapon and accessory. You have to hold all of them at the same time? That's ridiculous. Who the hell would do that? I never played a King's Tale, so we'll skip that. Let It Heat Flow? What the fuck? What game is this? Oh, this is, another one's like Disgaea or something, right? Or not Disgaea, Dissidia? Final Fantasy, I can't, oh, 9. We're just gonna go to the next video. It's an interesting video, but it's kind of long. And it's not that interesting, honestly. Oh, let's go to the next video. JC's channel. The Extraterrestrial. Oh, he's playing E.T. I think he's playing E.T.
Hey
I
guys,
owned this. I owned this game on Atari.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial for the Atari 2600.
Yep, I had it.
A lot of you probably saw the news today that a bunch of cartridges that had been, buried for the last 30 years were recovered in New Mexico. And I thought they said this game is the worst game ever made, so I thought we'd check it out. Let's see. No. Oh, here we go.
He's doing direct capture Atari. It's probably emulated, right? This game, just to forewarn all of you, has some of the most annoying sound effects ever in a video game. Honestly, I mean, for an Atari game, I don't think it's that bad. I think the problem is the sound effects are so jarring on your ears, no one would ever want to play it. Like, it hurts your ears to fucking play this game.
Okay. So...
like, what the fuck do I do?
There's an arrow on top, apparently showing me the way I need to go.
No. Do you see there's a meter at the bottom?
Can do this.
When that runs out, you die. It's kind of like Spawn, how Spawn has an
Okay,
energy
let's
meter
go.
when it runs out.
What
He has no
happens
more
if I
demon
do-
powers. It's the
Oop,
same here.
I can speed up. And I'm in a hole. How the hell do I get out of here? Why is he always looking to the left? Oh, look!
You
I can
levitate.
fly.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fly.
What the fuck? What am I doing
Fly.
back in here?
Come on. Stupid alien. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'm flying. I'm flying. Okay.
What a great game.
There's something. What the?
Look out.
One of the bad guys. Let's run.
Look
Let's
out.
run.
He's after you. He's coming for
chasing
you.
me.
Run.
I need to go down, down.
No, no.
Not exactly sure what's going on.
Look out. No.
Oh crap. How do I? Come on.
This is an exciting game, isn't it? So the only way to know what to do is you kind of have to read the instruction booklet, which kind of gives some idea of what to do.
Okay.
But
Let's fly again.
the way you play it is, I know this is stupid. There's pieces of a phone hidden in the game. All right? So what you need to do is go to all the different screens because each direction is a different screen. And sometimes you'll eventually, if you follow the arrows, you'll get to like a phone piece. And you have to put all the phone pieces together on a different screen. And then ET can phone home and escape the planet. But those people are constantly trying to grab you. And if they do, they move you to other screens where there's no phone piece and you can't do anything. So basically, if they're constantly moving you away from what you need to do to win, which is annoying. Those little dots you saw were supposed to be Reese's Pieces. Because in the movie, ET likes to eat Reese's Pieces. So they actually got like the licensing for it for this game. And I don't remember what they do. But the thing is, you're timed. Like, if you look at the bottom of the screen, that when that runs out, game over. So you only have a certain amount of time to go through the game and find all the phone pieces. Then find the screen you need to build them to build the phone. And then call your spaceship and escape. That's the game. It's incredibly simplistic. Now, the thing is, although in some ways that follows the plot of the movie, the question is it fun? No. There's literally nothing fun about this game at all. You're constantly falling in those pits. You have to get out. Then you fall in a pit. Then you get out. Then you fall in a fucking pit. You get out. It's like, what's fun about that? It's just nothing fun about it at all. It's so tedious and boring. There's so many Atari games I own. Moon Patrol, Jungle Hunt, Dig Dug, that were superb games. And they did great things with this 2600 graphical engine and everything. This is one of the worst ones by far. It's still not a terrible game. It's playable and you can figure out what it is. But it's just not fun to play. Like, who would want to fucking play this?
Okay, I'm beginning to understand why this is the worst game. Oh, come on. Okay, let's go this way. As I understand, you need to assemble some sort of phone.
That's it. You got kidnapped.
Hey, they captured me.
You got kidnapped.
Let me go. Okay. No idea what happened.
Okay,
There's
he
something
found a
here. Look at
piece.
this.
That's one of the pieces.
I think that's
It was in a
piece of the
random
phone
pit.
I need to assemble in
So that's
order
it. You have to find a
phone
bunch of
home.
those to build the phone. You see?
And I keep falling down the freaking hole.
It's just not fun at all. Who the fuck would want to play that? You know? And they made, no exaggeration, they made ridiculous amounts of copies of that game, thinking because E.T. was a hit movie that was going to sell tons of games. No one wanted this game. It was panned. No one wanted to play it. So they had nothing to do with the copies. They just sat on shelves unsold. And then eventually, like you saw, they put them in the landfill because they had nothing to do. They put them in the middle of the Nevada desert. It's so bad. All right, on to the next video.
Steven, here at Failure Management Lab, we're going into AI. So we made this Asian ChatGPT called ChatABT. It's already on your phone, so give it a try. Tell me how it goes. Hey, ChatABT, can you solve this one? W equals e to the power of x squared minus x. Are you dumb? What the hell? A 5-year-old can solve that? You got room temperature IQ. You have advanced AI and you're using me like a $19 Casio. Okay, can you solve it or not? I don't have the time nor the crayon to explain this to you. Dude, just tell me the answer. Burger with extra fries, please. What? Just getting used to being a failure. Hey, ChatABT, write me an essay on the modern exploitation of labor. Okay, that will be $5,000. Why you so lazy? Write it yourself. Why you procrastinating? Timmy already wrote 5 and won 2 Nobel Prizes.
Yo, that was great. That would be
I just need this
$5,000.
for homework. That's it. Sending alert to your teacher. Whoa, wake up. Okay, I've done my homework. It's 2 a.m. and I just need you to write this essay. Sending alert to your parents. No. I'm looking for universities to apply to. Can you put together like a report of the best schools? Okay, number 1, Kumang. Number 2, the community college around the corner. Okay, very funny. I mean like Harvard, Cambridge, you know, the top ones. Why? You're not getting in? How would you know? Have you looked in the mirror lately? I look fine. Oh, sorry, lad. They don't teach courses in failure. What career are you thinking of? I'm gonna be an actor. Any advice? Sending application to Starbucks? No, bro, I'm serious.
That's great. Sending application to Starbucks. So basically, it just riffs you the whole time. That's pretty funny.
Okay, I know I'm talented, and I know I can become an actor. Sending application for pedestrian number 3. Not a background extra. I've been acting since I was 13, and I have a degree in acting, so you know, surely you can find something that's more to my skill set or my training, if you will. Sending application for waiter number 4. ChatGPT, I'm having like 5 friends come over. Could you do like a list of snacks?
Oh shit, what happened? I accidentally went backwards.
Steven,
Shit.
here.
Let's fast forward. I accidentally hit a button.
Personal size pizza with all 10 seasons of Friends. Yo, Chatty, give me a recipe for macaroni and cheese. Sure thing. First, heat up a cup of butter. Okay. Then throw it in the bin because you can't digest lactose. I'll have you know, I can handle a little bit of it. Think of the ozone there. Hey, ChatABT, generate me some restaurant recommendations if you got any. Sorry, they don't accept reservation for 1 person. Okay.
Oh my god. Yo, it's the ultimate burn. This thing just burns you constantly. Yo, that's so good. They don't accept reservations for 1 person, you loser.
Sometimes I don't go alone.
Wow.
Bring your cat. Hey, Chatty, generate me a morning routine. You wake up at 2 p.m. Okay, how do you do that? I feel like watching something tonight. Do we have like Power Rangers? We have Power Rangers at home.
This must be a different video he did.
You got any ideas for a good gift? A successful son.
Oh, damn.
You know, a son who's 6 feet tall.
Damn.
Nice. A son with an actual career.
He's crying.
Any more ideas?
Wow.
I can't think of jokes for this video. Hey, ChatABT, write me a video in the style of Stephen He. Sorry, I couldn't find a well-known person named Stephen He in my research. Stephen He is a comedy YouTuber, and he's actually one of the biggest ones. Sorry, there are too many small, insignificant channels for me to search to find the Stephen He. The emotional damage guy. Sorry, I can only find YouTube creators who are relevant and actually generate views. Maybe you'll be interested.
That's great.
No!
Yo, that is a really good video. I like that one a lot. It just keeps slamming you constantly. All right. Anyway, that was part 1 of DSP versus the Internet, episode 39 for the 19th of November, 2023. That was a good one. I actually really liked that part. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next part. Now, keep in mind, you want to be part of this fun, become a member today. Members are the people who nominate these clips to be watched. Ultra members are guaranteed to be watched, while everyone else gets an equal chance in a randomized playlist. And I want to say thanks to the audience so far. You've been great, and I will see you all in part 2. Here we go.